You know, sometimes the biggest messages come in the quietest moments. That's exactly what Micah Parsons delivered recently. A subtle but powerful signal straight to the Cowboys front office. If you've been following the team closely, you probably caught it too, even if it wasn't shouted from the rooftops. Micah's behavior, his comments, and even the way he carries himself have started to hint at something deeper. It's like he's telling the Cowboys, I'm here, I'm serious, and I expect this team to match that energy. No flashy declarations, no big headlines, just a clear, confident stance. Now, why does this matter so much? Because Micah Parsons isn't just any player. He's one of the most dynamic defenders in the league, a true cornerstone for the Cowboys' defense. When a guy like that starts sending subtle messages, it's worth paying attention. It's not just about his contract or his stats. It's about what he expects from the organization as a whole. So, what's your take? Have you noticed this shift in Micah's approach? Do you think the Cowboys' front office is getting the message loud and clear? Or is this subtle signal flying under the radar? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Cowboys are fully on board with Micah's vision? And hey, quick poll for you. Do you believe Micah Parsons is already the emotional leader the Cowboys need? Vote yes or no in the poll above, and tell me why in the comments. Your opinion really matters here. This quiet message from Parsons might just be the spark that lights the fire for the Cowboys' future. But what happens next? That's exactly what we're going to dig into in the next chapter. So, you've seen Micah Parsons sending those subtle but powerful signals. Now the big question is, how is the Cowboys front office reacting to this? Because let's be honest, it's not just about a star player wanting more. It's about how the organization matches that energy and commitment. From what we've gathered, the front office has been pretty aware of what Parsons is communicating. They know he's a game changer, and they understand that keeping him motivated means more than just throwing money his way. It's about building a team and a culture that supports his level of intensity and ambition. But here's where things get interesting. The Cowboys are in a tricky spot. They have to balance a roster packed with talent, salary cap constraints, and the pressure to win now. So, the subtle message from Micah adds a new layer to the puzzle. Are they willing to make the bold moves necessary to back him up? Or will they play it safe and risk losing the edge that Parsons brings? Now let me ask you, how confident are you that the Cowboys front office will rise to the challenge? Are they smart enough to build around Micah, or could they drop the ball here? Hit the comments and share your gut feeling on this. And here's a quick vote for you. Do you think the Cowboys will make a big splash this offseason to keep Parsons happy? Vote yes if you believe they will, or no if you think they'll hold back. I'm curious to see what the fan base thinks. One thing's for sure, this relationship between Micah and the front office is going to shape the next few seasons for Dallas. If they get it right, the Cowboys could be unstoppable. But if not, that subtle message might turn into a louder problem down the line. Ready to see how this all ties into the bigger picture? Stick around because the next chapter digs deeper into what Micah's message means for the team's future. All right. Now that we've talked about how the front office might respond, let's dive into what Micah Parsons' message really means for the future of the Cowboys. Because this isn't just a one-off moment, it's a signal about the direction the team needs to take. Micah is a player who thrives on energy, trust, and commitment. When he sends a subtle message like this, he's basically saying, I'm all in, but I need to see that same level of dedication from everyone around me. It's not just about contracts or stats. It's about the Cowboys building a culture that empowers players like him to lead and elevate everyone else. Think about it. If the team listens and acts on this, we could see a shift in how the Cowboys build their roster and staff. Maybe it means investing more in defensive support or tweaking the coaching strategy to maximize Micah's strengths. Or maybe it's about creating an environment where the players feel heard and valued, which drives better performance on and off the field. But here's the other side. If the message gets ignored or misunderstood, that could lead to frustration and even tension within the locker room. Micah Parsons is a cornerstone for the Cowboys' defense. If he feels like his voice isn't respected, that could ripple out and impact the team chemistry in a major way. So here's something for you to think about. What changes would you want to see the Cowboys make to truly back up Micah Parsons? More defensive pieces? Coaching changes? Better leadership on the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think is the key to building around him. Also, quick poll. Do you believe the Cowboys have what it takes to build a championship-caliber team around Parsons? Vote yes if you're optimistic, or no if you think they still have work to do. This all sets the stage for the next part, where we'll break down some specific moves the Cowboys could make. Stay tuned. All right, now that we've laid out what Micah Parsons' message means, let's get into some concrete moves the Cowboys might consider to back up that message. Because talk is cheap. Action is what really counts. First off, strengthening the defense around Parsons makes total sense. He's a game changer, but football's a team sport, right? The Cowboys could look for additional pass rushers or linebackers to share the load, so Micah isn't carrying the entire defense on his shoulders. Maybe a mid-round draft pick or even a trade for a proven veteran could be on the table. Next up is coaching. We know Brian Schottenheimer is locked in as offensive coordinator, but what about the defensive side? Could the Cowboys bring in a fresh defensive coordinator with a scheme tailored to maximize Micah's unique skills? Someone who trusts him to take on more responsibility and builds the defense to be more aggressive and dynamic? There's also the leadership factor. Beyond X's and O's, having you. What's your top priority for the Cowboys when it comes to supporting Micah Parsons? Is it the roster, the coaching staff, or maybe something else? Let me know in the comments below. Also, quick question. If you were in charge, what's one bold move you'd make this offseason to show Micah the team's serious about winning? Drop your ideas, the wilder the better. Next, we'll dig into what this all means for the fans, how you fit into the picture, and what to expect as the season approaches. So, we've talked about Micah's message and what the Cowboys might do to back it up. But here's the real question. What does all of this mean for you, the fan? After all, you're the heartbeat of this whole thing. First, expect to see a more energized, focused team on the field. Micah's leadership and that subtle message to the front office aren't just words. They're a sign that the players want to win and know what it takes. That energy can be contagious, and you'll probably feel it in every game this season. Also, brace yourself for some tough decisions. The Cowboys might make moves that surprise you. Trading players, cutting veterans, or bringing in new faces. It's all part of the process to build a team that can compete at the highest level. It won't always be easy, but it's necessary. Now, as a fan, your role is huge. Support the team, but also hold them accountable. Share your thoughts, debate those bold moves, and be part of the conversation. This is your team as much as anyone's. And hey, here's a quick poll for you. Do you think the Cowboys are doing enough to support Micah Parsons right now? Vote yes or no in the poll above, or drop your thoughts in the comments. Before we wrap this up, I want to ask, what's the one thing you're most excited about for this upcoming Cowboys season? Let me know. Your enthusiasm fuels these videos and keeps this community going strong. Up next, we'll wrap everything together with a quick recap and some final thoughts to get you fired up.